All right, all
So
right,
stop
all
for fun.
right. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another edition of the Elite Mancast. Man, every Wednesday at 8:30. Y'all come over here at 8:30 on Wednesdays on YouTube as well. So we can get this conversation sparked up and have y'all around here giving us some new topics and all that good stuff. So join into the conversation every Wednesday, 8:30. Y'all know, man. We got the panel, we got Mr. Michael, and we got proof. It's in the pudding,
Proof.
baby. The proof is in the little pudding pop, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, man, tonight we talking about the validation of the modern man. The validation and the validation and the modern man. Come on now. I gotta get it right. I'm gonna get it right in a minute. You know how it goes. But Mr. Michael, give me a little something on what you got on this topic, man.
Well, the topic is actually a great topic. But nowadays, it seems that since the rise of social media, it's not even just men, but people are out there looking for validation everywhere except within. And validation
Right.
is not it's not a bad thing. It's actually necessary because as human beings, we need validation for certain things or at certain times. But it becomes unhealthy when you're running around looking for validation. You got to be comfortable in your own skin, know your own self worth. And I think that's where we're going to be
Mhm.
going with it. And then we're going to come up with some ways to change it if you're not satisfied with your own worth.
That's cool. I appreciate
What
that.
you
But
got,
let me
Drew?
ask you, when you said certain things need validation, like what things?
Well, I can't say, well, I think I misspoke. They're not certain things, but there are certain areas where people need validation. For example, a kid when he's learning how to walk, when the parents tell him, "Oh yeah, you did good. Come on, let's do something else." I do something, and you take it a step further. This stuff gives the kids a little bit more confidence and make them try something else. And as adults, we do the same
Mhm.
thing. It's not like we need outside validation, but human beings want the outside validation. You
Right.
always want somebody telling you did a good job. For me, I don't care if anybody tells me because I know I do a good job.
That's what I was just gonna
That's
say.
just
Mhm.
me.
Myself, like when I was younger, I mean, yeah, every kid wants validation, and I mean, it's almost like when you try and seek validation from the ones that you adore, the ones that you idolize, and you don't get it,
Hmm.
then it goes to the left. So once I
Totally
figured out
so.
who I was as a man, it's like, man, fuck your validation. Like I don't need it because I know
Ex-
who I am. It's like my work speaks for itself. So I
Exactly.
don't introduce myself as the owner or this or that. It's like, okay, cool. Like they're gonna either figure it out or somebody else is gonna tell them because my work validates itself. So I don't have to
Mhm.
go
Exactly.
around with a badge like Mr. Such and Such or whatever. Because I mean that's how some
Exactly.
people look at it. Yeah, certain areas like in the military, I know y'all need like validation, like that's a sergeant, that's them, that's that. But some people's like that.
Eh,
That's what they go by. Is people are so title
Yes.
driven, and like even in relation,
Exactly.
yeah, like even in relationships, yeah, a woman wants a man who can run the house or got his stuff in order. But it's like I can show you. I was always the type like I can show you better than I can tell you,
Hmm.
Right.
and that's how I
You
always
ain't gotta
led.
brag about it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Mhm.
They never got to
But
walk around and say, "I'm the boss."
yeah.
I found out in this new research, man, that they're trying to change from what validation once was to where they trying to empower the word now.
Hmm.
So
Mm.
they were saying this validation of a modern man can be understood as the recognition or acceptance of the man's individual choices. So, but what I didn't like about this new definition is that moving beyond traditional gender roles and expectations.
Hmm.
So they're
Mm.
trying to tell you that your gender, oh, don't worry about it. You can call yourself whatever. It's like, no, we have to stay focused and stay some morals and values have to stay within the system that we created as far as masculine men.
Yeah.
Because that's where
Absolutely.
the weak man, he's looking for that when he goes out and buys the big chain and the car and all the ice on the, it's like, you, what are you doing all that for? You in an interview
Right.
or you sitting down at the in the hood, you don't need all that on, man. That's
No.
somebody who's looking for that attention. I got to have this. This is who I have to be. And it's like you have to realize that society doesn't care if you're that or not, as long as you're entertaining them. Our biggest
Yeah.
situation is we love to be entertained. We every day we want to look at the fight. We want to look at the dude who's more feminine than the man. It's like more feminine than the woman. You got to look at nowadays, man. This validation and demasculating thing is really done took over the whole airways, man.
It
Yeah.
has.
In a
It's
real way.
almost taking control. Yeah, they're really trying to tell us
Mhm.
that in order to be a man, you have to show your emotions. You have to let your
Right,
feelings out. Basically, you have to get in
right.
front of your woman and cry. That ain't being a man. That's showing the
Uh-uh.
weakness. And the worst part about it is once you show it once, that woman don't look at you the same way no more. Even though she'll tell
No,
you, oh, you can let your feelings out around me. You can cry.
right.
I'll cry with you. Yeah, but then she look
But
at
the
you like,
thing
well, you
is,
just one of the girls now.
well, I don't mean to cut your wisdom though, Mike. It depends on the woman.
Yeah,
If she's in
this
alignment
is
with, if
true.
she's in alignment with who you really are, she knows that you'll break a busting somebody's head wide open. But she
Mhm.
seen that it just took that one time for you to get over it. You know what I'm saying? And you're not sitting there crying all day. You know what I'm saying? You had to get your cry out. Sometimes we
Right.
have to get that out in order for us to breathe again because of the weight that's already on
Absolutely.
our shoulders. You know what I'm saying? We have weight on our shoulders that's trying to make sure the household is right, making sure we go on vacations, making sure we still can live comfortably. So
Right.
it's a lot of times we might need to get that one good. Let me get this one burst of tears out of my head because it's all I got for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So
Oh, I know
sometimes you might,
exactly. I've been there.
sometimes, yeah, sometimes you just be like, say, bro, I need to release something.
Yo,
And
man.
hitting it in the gym, yeah, sometimes the punching bag can't get it. Sometimes you gotta cry and say,
You're
hey
right.
man, but you're not looking for the validation. That's between you and the woman. But she's not going out and explaining to the world. She's not gonna tell her friends because she loves you and trusts you that much to where she gonna keep it within. So
Right.
that way it doesn't appear like you're looking for validation with that part of the game. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So
But
it's
that's
it's
you
different
being you.
angles on that one.
It
Right,
is because
right.
I've
Yeah, it's different angles
it's
on
like
that one.
I was told by the psychologist. She was married to a soldier, and she was like, you might not realize it, but you're suffering from PTSD. You might not show any symptoms, but one day I was working out at the house. I was on the elliptical, had the music blasting in my ear, just going. Started singing along with the song that was playing, and all of a sudden, I just broke down into tears. I was on my knees bawling like a baby. And I have no
Right,
idea why. It just all of a sudden hit, it went away, and I ain't had no more thoughts about it. But I
You
can't
know
tell
what?
you to this day why it happened.
I,
It just
I
did.
I know why.
Why?
Cause you cry, baby.
Oh. Hey, you the only person on this planet that can say that to me right now.
And I'm hundreds of miles away.
Yup.
What
yeah,
you
yeah,
gonna
I
do?
You
can
can get
Cry?
away
relate
with it over
over
there. Say,
here.
I'll show you a crybaby, all right.
Oh man,
Nah, man, but
that's
there
too
are those
funny.
times. It's like we spend so much time being men and just facing the world and keeping our emotions in check. 'Cause, I mean, you
Mhm.
got to try to be in charge of your emotions, not let your emotions overtake you. But then eventually, those emotions got to come out one way or another, or you're going to explode. Do
Right.
something
Well,
that you don't want to do, and that's not looking for validation. That's just a time
right.
when you just gotta be you. Because if
Yeah,
you're
I was going to
comfortable in your
say,
skin, Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it just depends on the time you're doing it at. If you're alone, you know what I'm saying, that's one thing. Or if you with your loved one, that's one thing. But if you out in public trying
Right.
to find everybody to you want everybody to see you cry. Oh, I'm a
Yeah,
man, I
you
can
got a
cry. It's
pity
like, hold
party.
up, bro. Yeah,
Now
hold
you're
up,
looking
bro.
for a pity
That's not the
party there.
place. Yeah, that's not the place for that. You know what I'm saying? So
Nah.
it's different programs, man. But the modern day masculine man, we know he's not looking for validation, but here goes some of the traits that you can see can include being sympathetic and
Mhm.
inclusive, self-aware, emotionally intelligent. See, that's a big thing too. And will also value and respect the opinion of others. So when that I like this definition because this is about a modern day masculine man who's not looking for the validation, but he's
Right.
self-aware and he's emotionally intelligent. So that way
Yeah.
you won't have yourself out here not not really understanding that, hey man, this system is already trying to create you to be less than. So don't give them that
Hmm.
power,
Yeah.
you know.
Exactly.
So we have to stay emotionally intelligent. So when we do speak about things or when we do check things, everybody's not looking at us like, oh man, he talking from us. Yeah, he talking from his chest. He talking from his heart.
Hmm.
He feel it. He feels that. You know, it's like instead of saying he's logically thinking or he's logically correct about that. You
Hmm.
know, because men
Right.
should be thinking with logic anyway,
Exactly.
not to be
We
looking for
are,
validation, but that to be as the standard of operation as a man. You know.
Right. Not like when
and
Tyreek
just
got on Facebook crying about his ex-wife. Like
Okay.
you're
Yeah,
doing it for
I know
like.
you was laughing about that.
Oh, I was.
hmm?
Yeah,
Wait a minute, what was that?
Oh, the singer, his
talking
wife
about
left
when.
him. He
Oh.
was crying on social media and he became a meme.
Hmm.
Right. Yeah.
That's how it
Yeah,
works.
I
Cause
wouldn't have
you
went
don't
live.
get
I wouldn't have
validation.
went. And
No.
then if I
That's
did see myself live, even if I felt it in that moment that I was speaking about it, when I seen myself go live, I would have just like, let me cut this off and delete this video
delete that shit
because it
quick.
wasn't for everybody to be in my business. I know I'm gonna be judged. I know I'm finna get, scrutinized. I know this. I know who
Yeah.
social media is. You know what I'm saying? Well, like it says, the modern masculinity is self-awareness. You know what I'm saying? You have to be self-aware.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it also builds up trust and intimacy when someone feels validated, reduces stress,
Hmm.
conflict, and promotes healthy communication.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
If
That's
you're
what,
in a
and see, that's
relationship,
what
you
I
This
was.
gotta,
is
huh?
You said healthy communication.
Yeah, I was gonna say because
Yeah.
if you're in a relationship, you constantly telling your woman, "I'm the man of the house." Like, no, obviously you're not.
What is, now
she
let me
like
say
when you
this right
say
here.
so.
If you gotta tell her that, you ain't even confident. Are you trying to convince yourself
Yeah.
or what is really happening?
Yeah,
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, if you
Cause
gotta
she
say
ain't
that, you
convinced.
trying to yeah, you ain't even convinced.
Right.
it's like repeating the affirmation in the mirror every morning. I'm the man. I'm the man.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, boy, right there. And that's what a lot of them, we have so many people nowadays who these younger people, because they don't, just like we already understand that they don't have a system of beliefs to where men out here showing them something. That's why I really like showing up every week just to show the consistency. You know what I'm saying? Some people might not like the
Right.
topic. We have a lot of views on one day, we don't have as many on another. But that lets you know that it's something to be said, as far as bringing awareness to these topics that we bring about.
Right.
Because
Right.
somebody's out there, and we know people are not going to change because we talking about it. We already understand that. We understand that part of the game. But if we don't say it, that means it stays under the rug, and
Right.
nobody's looking at it. It doesn't bring awareness to, oh man, he said this right here. That ain't what him. I've been seeing you do this. We don't know who's looking at the show,
Hmm.
women and men, and
Yeah,
the woman
Right.
might say, man, you know what? I'm glad they said that right there because now I can talk to my man in a way like, hey, bro, look, let me talk to you, man. Okay, when you
Right.
be doing X, Y, and Z, that really is not, masculine to me. I don't like when you do that. I appreciate if you check that energy right there and just say, hey, become aware, because it's all about how we communicate with each other too. So it ain't,
Right.
so it don't be a conflict issue. So a lot of times that we need to learn, men and women, because we do get emotional, too
Yeah.
emotional when we having conversations with each other, and then it becomes
Yeah.
a yelling match instead of a understanding or understanding on what we even discussing. Everybody's wanting to be validated. Oh, you gotta hear me. It's like, no, let's have a good sit down,
Right.
moderate tone, a monotone conversation, dialogue, so we can get past what it is that we need to get past, so that we can build a stronger bond together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't just start drifting off, and don't start going this way in anger, walking away mad, or even walking away just because you don't value what this other person is doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Yeah,
So
cause
that way right there, a lot of communication is some honest communication. That's what I always say.
Right.
That tough talk. We got to have
Mm.
those tough conversations, man.
yeah, and I'm
Right.
glad you mentioned that because remember last week when I had told you the whole I didn't go into its entirety when I was telling you about my old business partner that we clashed.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
it's been
Hmm.
1 month. I mean, dude been trying to reach out to me on social media and everything, and I finally answered this call because they're coming from the office. Oh, apologize.
Right. Right.
I'm like, oh, okay. So it's like at that time he just needed to be heard, but I'm not the type to go back and forth. It's like you can have your little yelling match. I'll sit back and smile, and it's like okay, but it's like you just
Because
needed
see,
to show
that's what we
solid.
haven't learned. Yeah,
Right.
we haven't learned as men to where how to communicate. Be honest with one another. Like when we were growing up
Right.
in the inner city, man, we had to be honest with each other. It couldn't be no, because if the lie came back out around the corner and everybody looking at you like, wait a minute, dude, you
Hmm.
over here lying about something as simple as that? Oh
Yeah.
no,
But
player.
now we can't
Yeah,
trust you
you
with
clear.
nothing.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can't even deal with you at all because we got some undermining criminal activities going.
Yeah. And you'll
And
be the
Yeah.
you
one to
will
go
not be
snitch.
part of this operation. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, and to go back to what you were saying about the show, I was reading the post and I forget exactly what it said, but it says it went something like, I know everybody's not going to listen to what I say, but once the seed is planted, they'll understand at their own time. So the stuff that we say on the show, we've actually planting seeds. Because not everybody's going to
Exactly.
react to what we say at the moment, but they will come
Yeah.
back later and be like, "Oh yeah, I remember talking about or hearing about this," and it'll make us start
Hmm.
thinking. And that's pretty
Yeah.
much what we're about. And just imagine, we've been doing this for 3 years now.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
been 3 years. I just thought about that today.
Organically.
Yeah,
Organically,
every
man.
week. That's a
Show
good
up.
feeling, man. So
That's
I've been
like, yeah,
telling people
man. And
about this show. I'm like, yo, the last 3 years, go check it out on YouTube. We got three
right.
years worth of
Exactly.
shows. You can catch up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bench watch. What they call it, binge watch.
Yeah. Binge watch. right?
Get your
One
Even
topic
popcorn.
after the other.
Yeah.
even
Get
on
your
See?
popcorn
holidays.
and your chocolate pretzels.
Yeah.
Yep. And we done
Even on
had some good shows.
even on holidays.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, man.
Hey, so check this out. When I was looking at this in the research, now there are actually four types of validation. So you got self validation, social validation, romantic val- romantic validation, and masculine validation. So
Mm, mm,
these four types, I mean, everything is different in each one because self validation is actually the most important of them all, at least in my opinion.
yeah,
Because if
it
you
is.
if you validate yourself, you don't need the outside world. You don't need nobody to come tell you, "Oh, you did a good job," because you know you
Right.
did. So
Exactly.
you and Self validation gives you the confidence to go out and face the world and not have to be scared to speak to people or scared about what you're doing because you already
Yeah,
know who you are and you
Mike,
carry
exactly.
yourself as such.
What was the last one you said? Self masturbation. What?
Self, I ain't say nothing about masturbation.
Oh, I'm taking notes, bro.
Get your mind out the gutter,
Dude,
man.
out of control. Self validation,
uh,
man.
nah, but it was
But yeah,
the
man,
last one was masculine
Oh,
validation.
okay. Masculine.
So
Got it.
that's where you're looking for the validation from your peers, from other men,
Oh,
which I don't understand why. But
okay.
it's like
that's
the way
too
they
funny.
explained it was like the guy, they want to get big and buff. They got a low self esteem, so they figure if I get big, it's like those kids that's bullied, like the little puny, the nerdy type. They get bullied when they're at school, but then they grow up like, oh, I'm gonna gain a couple 100 pounds. Now they walking around with their chest out like this.
Yeah,
It don't help because it don't change what's inside. You look different on the
that's right.
outside, but you still a little boy on the inside, scared of your own
And that's a
shadow.
and that's a weak man's trait anyway. You know what I'm saying?
It
If you feel
is
like you gotta push on somebody else, to either physically or, emotionally, you can't put yours on somebody else regardless. Because you never know
right.
what somebody's going through that day. So you looking for
Yeah.
validation from a peer, and that's like we growing up. You always trying who the toughest and this or that
Hmm.
until we get to a point where we say, damn, there's more than one bad guy in this world. Let me slow down because
Hmm.
I just
Yeah.
seen him pat his fool head off. I thought I was a gangster. I thought I was tough until you seen this dude who don't care about nothing. So
Right.
then that's when we start to check our validations, and then we grow into another phase of a man. A
Right.
lot of guys they don't get it until it's too late, and then they're steady sitting there trying to figure this one situation out. Now 5 years done went by.
Yep.
And then you sitting around
Sure.
like,
It's a
damn, man, where
loss.
did the time go? Because you didn't become self-aware of your surroundings and you didn't look at that and try to diagnose it. You was trying to respond to it to
Hmm.
where that's when you don't get the correct answers that you're looking for instead of digesting, breaking it down, cutting it up, seeing what's
Yeah.
inside of it. You got to do biology every day. Everybody give a question. I mean, if you having a conversation or a disagreement with your spouse or a disagreement with a coworker, you have to be a biologist. You have to break down every damn word and syllable that they had coming out of their mouth so that you don't have the incorrect communication
Right.
with one
Right.
another. Now, both of
Right.
y'all looking for validation in both of y'all answers to where it's like it's nobody's going to be right. Nobody's going to
Yeah.
be correct because you're right in your own mindset.
In your own mind. Yeah.
Logically, logically correct. You're validated. You know what I'm saying? Because you're logically, hey man, this is my system. This is what's going on. So you'll be sitting up there to agree and to disagree forever. So, but
Right.
when we digest, when we break these conversations down, and then we can give a correct answer to where it's like, hey man, we both understand and understand that what we're talking about now.
Right. The
Because it's a lot
problem
of
is that
challenges.
yeah, there a lot of times since the people want the validation so bad, instead of just talking something out and start raising
Right,
their voice because they think that
right,
being louder is going to make them more right. But all it makes
right.
you is just loud. It doesn't change
Again.
anything about the conversation. So in order if your whole point is just to be right, so you're looking for the validation from the person that you're talking to because you just want them to say that you're right.
Hmm.
Right.
So if you know that you're
And
right, you be like, oh well, like you said, we agree
exactly,
to disagree. It could be
exactly.
two ways of seeing anything. It's all about perspective. You see it this way, I see it that way. We both right. Go on
Yeah,
about your business. It's
yeah. We
simple.
gotta understand that when you ain't disciplined, man, and if you're not disciplined, you don't have order or structure within yourself.
Yeah.
Not this is man or woman.
Right.
You're not really fulfilling that masculine energy that you need to fulfill at that very moment. Because women got masculine energy that they need to present only on certain times, because you can't be masculine all the time because you'll never have a man. But
Right.
only
Right.
that certain moment I need to be masculine right here, but it's not the same type of masculine that we have. So that way,
Right.
they can be like, okay, I was seen, I was heard, and we respect each other's the way we responded to each other. So that way we don't need the validation outside of what we were doing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We all can keep it right in the middle. So
Yeah.
that's a good thing, man. When we can see one another, really see one another without putting on glasses.
Hmm.
What we say, insight over eyesight. Yeah,
Yeah.
insight versus
Yep.
eyesight. Yeah, 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 man.
This
That's
is
what
true.
that is. That's definitely the business because we can get caught up so easily, man, in that looking for, oh, I pay all the bills and I do all this. It's like, bro, you supposed to quit playing. You acting
Hmm.
like you doing something. You looking for
Right.
validation for the thing you supposed to do.
Yeah.
And just
Right.
like a woman,
Like you
oh,
need a
I'm
badge
cooking
of
and
honor.
cleaning, and yeah, I'm cooking and cleaning, washing these dishes, and I'm doing all this. Say, man, cut it out, man. We both
Yeah.
have orders, man. We both have. We know what we're supposed to do in the household. I will help with the
Right.
dishes. I will clean. I will, just to give you that break. But don't look
Yeah.
for it like I'm doing something. You're not doing anything. You're looking for validation on certain things to where it's like, see me. Yeah, we see you, baby.
Right.
Calm down. Let's
All
come
the
up with a
time.
different. Yeah, we
Yeah.
gotta grow instead of looking for certain validations or certain levels of I want this type of respect. It's like, nah, what are we learning together? Can we sit
Right.
down and read this book together and learn this book together and grow together from this situation and then have that conversation of solving the issue together? Just like
That's
we
it.
in class. Everybody solves the problem together, right?
Yeah.
Same shit that happens in your
Everybody got
household.
that.
Everybody has to communicate and come up with that correct answer so we can all have the same thing understood. And we're not
Right.
talking about relationships. We just talking in general, but we keep going back to relationships because that's what life is about relationships with people. Men,
Yeah.
men, women, women, not homosexual men, men, stuff like that. We ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about
Yeah.
friendship,
But
relationship type of business.
but romantic
We got to
validation
clarify that in
is a
25.
validation.
Yeah.
That's a whole
When
subject in itself. Because with romantic validation, you're looking for your partner to you just want to know that you're desired, that your partner sees you in a
yeah,
romantic way. And I
yeah,
mean, sometimes, I mean, it should be, it comes down to
the-
what you do in your relationship. It's how you
yeah.
treat your woman. If you show her that she's appreciated, every once in a while you tell her, there shouldn't ever be any problems. But some
Hmm.
people just need more than others. No matter
Yeah.
what you do, they still want more validation. And then they start looking at it from the outside
Then they
or
And
try
on
to
the
get
sometimes you
more
outside.
just
validation.
sometimes you have to realize that's not your person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And see a lot of things we starting to have to as I'm doing more research within myself, I'm starting to realize that I don't have to deal with certain things no more. I don't have to put up with it.
exactly.
It's like back when we was growing up. Oh, we stick together. Yeah, but we got to choose to stick together, and we got to choose to come up with a valid answer
Hmm.
to where we both are in agreement on that answer.
Yeah.
But if we
Absolutely.
steady bumping heads, that means we're not in alignment spiritually. We're not in alignment
Hmm.
energetically. So why would I continue this business if we always clash?
Right.
It doesn't make sense. It's not going to
Eventually, you
get us.
got it.
It's going to keep the
Yeah.
relationship stagnant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Through business, through partnership, through whatever, it'll keep this. You're not going nowhere because y'all haven't come up with a understanding or understanding on what's needed to be said and done to evolve from this situation. But
Absolutely.
we both trying to beat our chest and look for the. Hey, I'm the one. It's me. Y'all see me.
Yeah. Yep. It's true.
I did it all. I did everything. Y'all ever heard that before from a woman? I
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
everything.
Yo,
You
you
do
know
it.
I heard it.
You ain't
We know
changed
Yep.
you
that
heard
flat
it.
last week. Yeah, you ain't changed
Yep.
that all last week. Yeah,
Yeah.
You
you ain't
ain't
gonna
go
wash
to
that
work.
car.
You ain't
Yeah,
bring a
you ain't gonna wash.
paycheck in. you, but you do everything. Yep. I heard it plenty of times.
Oh man. And what's so
Oh,
crazy is that
yeah.
the more
Hmm.
divine masculine that we have, that we exude, is really having to take up for these dudes who are not on that level yet. And so
Yeah.
it's our responsibility as men to have that conversation with a man who's not there yet. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
not for us to downgrade him. It's just for us to say, hey, bro, let me holler at you right quick, man. I just feel,
Yeah.
I know, I ain't gonna say I feel, but I'm gonna say I know in my heart of heart, you could have handled that situation differently.
Yeah.
You didn't have to run your blood pressure up, little bro. You know what I'm saying? Or you didn't have to, degrade that woman like that. You didn't have to talk down on her just for you to feel better. And it's just the way
Right.
we could, talk at a low tone to where they really hear us. Because
Hmm.
nobody can hear you when you, hey man, I'm did that. Nobody hears you. The
Right.
conversation is dead.
Yeah. Because I go tone deaf when somebody get to yelling
You
and doing
hear
all
me?
that stuff. I'm like,
I can't hear nothing there. Yeah,
Turn
that's
around and
done.
walk
I can't
away.
even.
They be
yeah.
talking to themselves.
What else can you
That's
do?
it.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Yeah, what else can you do?
Both of y'all yelling at each other, ain't nothing getting done. You ain't coming to no kind of conclusion.
Right.
It's like I was reading something earlier about a pot of boiling water. You can't see your reflection in boiling water, but when the water's calm, you can. So you can't get
Look at
no
that.
clarity when all that yelling and stuff is going on.
Yeah.
None whatsoever.
Like,
Oh man,
yeah.
let me give you some Dick Gregory right quick. Dick Gregory say people don't understand that crabs in the barrel mentality, that cliche saying that they said. He
Hmm.
said he said that the whole scenario of that crabs in the barrel mentality is that it's a boiling pot of water that the crabs are in.
Hmm.
You see what I'm
They
saying?
all
So
trying
why
to get
not
out.
pull the other one down just so I can get out? It's
Yeah.
hot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the same thing with black folks. We always on the hot seat. We're always glorified as the bad person. Oh, they do this wrong. They do that. We're always short. So people thinking is that we uplift more people than anybody when everything is calm, when everything is
Hmm.
at peace. We help everybody when we at peace and when we got a stable mind. So that's
Right.
why I feel I ain't gonna say I feel, but I'm gonna say that's why I really know how they work on that situation. Keep them in the hot seat. Keep them guessing. Keep them on they
Hmm.
walking on eggshells. But that's only for the people who accept them coming
Hmm.
around and not understanding the law. That's why I say it goes back to solution based mindset on for us. Hey man, we gotta be a biologist. We gotta break it all the way down. Break
Yeah.
this system down, y'all. It's
Yeah.
not hard to do
Change
no
it.
more because we have a telephone. We can break this system down on everything we want to know. Man, they keep
Yeah.
on doing us like this. Google. Why do the police keep AI? They got ChatGPT now. Why do the
Yep.
police keep on harassing us? It'll give you the answer in real
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
That's a trip.
Yep. Sure will.
But we don't realize that this new technology, we have to move. I had did a live before, to introduce everybody to the show tonight,
Hmm.
about an hour or so ago. And that's what it was about. Just letting you know, quit making these excuses, man. It's no more excuses to words why I can't do this, why I can't do that, why I can't do this. And it was me talking to myself at the same time because I made an excuse a couple of times about doing something that I needed to be doing. And then I found myself behind 2 days. You see what I'm saying? So now I'm playing catch up. I'm working the long hours. Now I'm doing double the time of bringing people in when I really don't want to bring them in because then I got to watch them. I need, a lot of a lot of times you got to bring people in. And you need people who you don't have to watch.
Right.
Right.
So so that they ask you every 5 minutes, man, did I do this right? Or did I do that? It's like, bro, I can't validate you right now. I need somebody in there who know. Boom.
Right.
Hey man, I'm done. Yeah, let's go to the next one. I'm done. I'm done. That's the kind of
Mm-hmm.
person you got to have around you, not somebody who's always, man, did I do it right? Am I in the right place? Am I in the right place? Am I doing this right? Like, hey, man, I'm doing the best that I can. I'm doing what I can with what I got. And if
Yeah.
it's not
Right.
up to your standards,
Then
what do
maybe
I
you
do?
need somebody else.
Yeah. Why do I always have to think that you're doing a good job?
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Because as long as you're doing the job correctly, it's a good job. So why would you ask it, am I
Yeah.
doing a good job? Did you do it the right way? Shit, that's the good
Yeah.
job part.
Yeah. Like
That's your validation right there. If
when
I
it's like,
walk over there and I see that I ain't gotta ask you for nothing, I ain't gotta say nothing, I can walk away.
Mm-hmm.
You
I'll
ain't
keep
gotta ask.
correcting. Yeah.
Right. You ain't gotta ask nobody if it was a good job. If you learn the work that needs to be done, if you learn to work on yourself
Mm-hmm.
harder than you work on your job. That's what Jim Rome say.
mm-hmm,
Shout out to
Yeah.
Jim Rome.
yeah,
Yeah.
I repeat things that make sense, man. A lot
Yeah.
of times, you might hear me quote somebody, but I'm gonna quote them because it makes sense.
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
It really makes sense.
It's true.
Work harder on yourself. That's like I tell people all the time. Do you know what the cerebellum does? Do you know your fibula bone? Do you know your libido? We got to start learning our bodies because they're going to keep on giving us their rendition, or they're going to keep on giving us their tail-light vision of what they want us to see.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what happens, man, when we go through these things, man. So, Mike,
Right.
the second one was people
The second
validation.
one. Oh,
Yeah, the
the
second
societal validation. Yeah, approval from your peers,
society,
your colleagues,
Facebook,
or society.
Facebook,
That's it. That's
Facebook,
mainly all it
Instagram,
is. That's it. Social media. You're chasing those likes.
chasing life.
How many people like my post today? Who cares? You posted
Nobody,
it.
someone should have pointed
Yeah.
you could pay for likes.
Yeah.
you hear me?
You could pay
And don't even.
19.95 and get 5,000 likes from people in India. Like,
Yeah.
okay,
Exactly.
That's their job. Hey, we running a whole business. Hey, that's all I'm telling you to do. I'm gonna give you $15. I'm gonna give you $15. Just push a bunch of likes. Get everybody in your village to like my post.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pay you $15 a month.
Who is this? Like
But
a
Over there, it might be something more than what Now, I ain't gonna say India or nothing like that, but I'm gonna just say, one of the lower grade countries to where it's like $15 might be $30 to them.
yeah, it's
So
like
if
yeah.
they get an extra 30, you know what I'm saying? I get an extra 30. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
good.
that's what
Hey,
Drake
in
was
some
doing.
places that's a must pay.
Yeah, that's what
Right.
Drake was doing, paying people $700 for every 1 million likes. Every 1 million views, he was paying them $700 for every million
Wow.
views.
Wow.
Trying to beat Kendrick, and he still lost.
And he
Well,
losing
he didn't
money.
realize he didn't, I think just because of his status of fame and how long he's been in the spotlight, he didn't understand how what a hungry young black man looks like. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat regardless type of dude. Dude, you've been on, little kid shows, teenage shows. So you really don't know what it is to be out here struggling and starving. And then you come
Right.
across an animal. Boy,
yeah,
I ain't looking for no validation. Boy, I'm finna eat you alive. Boy, I ain't looking
Yep.
for none of that. Yeah, I'm finna show you what we
Yes,
do
it
in
is.
Compton. And so that's where Drake, and now he's still confused about it, but he don't even realize
Yeah.
this was just a show. Say, brother,
Yeah.
you gotta go do your brushing up on your craft on for battle rapping now. I wouldn't even
Yeah.
try to
For
battle
real.
rap no more. I just go straight back to doing my music, making good
Doing
club
what you good
songs,
at. Yeah.
doing what I'm good at. Hey man,
Yeah.
hey, I would have went on there and congratulated him. Say,
yeah,
you
Yeah.
right.
That's
They
what he
not like,
should have done.
but we not like you. You know what
Yo,
I'm
you did a
saying?
good
You
show.
gotta, yeah,
Cause he
sometimes you
ain't.
gotta take that loss and quit looking for people to be pitying and looking for the pity party and looking for validation of,
Right.
man, yeah, I could
Now
have
you make
did better.
yourself look weak. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you weak.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey,
That's low
it's with
vibration.
fighters the same way. With fighters, the ones you got one that's good, he's winning a lot. He finally wins a title. He holds on to the
Right.
title for a while, and then he gets comfortable. Now he ain't training as much. He ain't in the gym every day. He out there greeting
Yeah.
people, just having a good time. But then those dudes that still trying to get to where he's at, they working
Right.
because they
Yeah.
still hungry. And now you get in the
Yeah.
ring with one of them, you get knocked out. You're like, well, what happened? Well, he was still
And
hungry.
that's,
You
and
already
that's what it
ate.
was. That's what it
That's all
was.
it was about. He been at it
Yeah,
on the
that's what
top
that
for
was
too
about.
long. He
Hmm.
didn't go at it hard enough. Well, now you got to rethink your way of doing things. So go back to doing what you're
Man.
good at. Leave the rest alone.
Yeah.
Cause complaining about it now it make you look like a little girl. Oh,
Yeah.
he did
The-
it. Now you want to sue the man? But the stuff you, but to think about it, the same thing he trying to sue the company for is what the company did for him to get him on top.
Yeah.
Crazy,
So it's
man.
like, yo,
Yeah.
it's
I
like how
have to be
soon we
seen type
forget.
of person. Yeah, don't ever be
Yeah,
that I have to be seen person. Me myself, man,
right.
I work 25/8, man. I wouldn't even care if you see me or not. As long as I
Yeah,
got my
work
bills
in the
paid, I got a
shadows.
little something to the side, I'm straight. I ain't really in no rush.
Yeah,
As long as I can, learn more of what I need to be doing, pick up another skill, as I'm comfortable. But if I feel like I'm being pressured, then I'm in a rush to do stuff that I make mistakes on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, ooh,
right.
sometimes you gotta woosah, get back to
Yup.
you and figure you out and what works for you.
True that. That's it.
Never, as a man, you should never put your burdens on anyone else but you.
Right.
Right.
Mhm.
And here's another thing I was looking at: the pitfalls of seeking too much external validation.
Yeah,
First thing, loss of authenticity. Now you ain't yourself no more.
yeah,
You just a copycat. You doing what everybody else doing, and eventually you don't even know who you are. You lose your own
right,
identity. Then you got
exactly.
emotional instability, anxiety, depending on other people for approval, or toxic comparisons. Are you trying to compare
Mm,
yourself with somebody else, but you on two different levels? Because no
mm,
matter how you compare yourself, you are not going to be like somebody else because you got your path to walk. Y'all can be going starting at the same spot, going to the same spot, and still you got two
mm,
different paths to get there. So comparing yourself to somebody else, you're just
mm,
doing yourself a disservice. So
yeah,
best thing is to
yeah.
get back to being who you are, being your authentic self.
Hey, and that's real big, man. But a lot of times when you have people that's in your life for business, for relationships, and y'all don't have them daily conversations,
Hmm.
you know, that's when things get crazy. So when you got Kendrick Lamar team over there telling him, "Hey, man, talk about his uncle. Talk about his he like little girls. Talk about he a freak. Talk about he, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting all this info. I'm doing my homework. And
Hmm.
the other
Yeah,
dude over there just trying to grab a little stuff that's on social media, and he ain't doing his real homework.
Right.
When you
right.
really digest, like I said in the beginning, you have to be a biologist in this world on everything that you face. You have
Yeah,
to break it down. You have to dissect it. You have to break it apart, rip it all the way apart, look on the inside, and see what the hell going on in there. Before I, the what do you call it? The art of war. The art of war.
yeah, yep.
Learn your opponent.
Yeah.
Hey, but it just dawned on me. Remember the movie 8 Mile with Eminem?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Basically the same situation. At the end of the movie, Eminem was thinking the dude acting like, well, what you think he gonna say about you? You already
right.
know what they can say about you. But if you bring it out first, what can they say? You just took away
Exactly.
all their armor,
Take
all
away
the
all their
ammo that
mouth.
they can bring at you. And he did that and shut his opponent down. He couldn't say nothing.
Right.
Cause what else you going to say? I already know who I am. I know where I done
Exactly.
messed up. So what
I
can
don't
you
need
tell me
no. I
about
don't
me?
need y'all to talk about me. Yeah, I don't need you
Right.
to talk about me.
You can't tell me
But that
nothing
goes back
about
to
me that
those.
I don't already know.
Right. And see, a
Yeah,
lot of
Clarence.
times people go ahead, bro.
And I said, yeah, Clarence. That's the guy's name on the
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah,
Twitter.
Yeah, yo, yep,
yeah. But
yeah,
a lot of people don't realize that we have to, learn the people that surround us, man.
Hmm.
Really,
right,
really learn. And then with battle rapping, just to be on that subject for a quick second, we talking about that. You have to learn your opponent. That's
yeah,
why Drake, he knew
always.
more about Meek Mill's situation because of the woman that they was dealing with.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's why he was able to break him down like that because it was a triangle. It was a love triangle going on. So yeah, I know your
Right.
business. She comes back holler at me. This when Young Money first jumped off. So that's what
Hmm.
gave him an advantage to think how he thought because he had a pillow talker. He was
Hmm.
sitting up there pillow talking with
Hmm.
a chick. You know what I'm saying? So when you ain't got nobody to feed from, to get the information from, you got to go do your real homework, man. And that's look
Yeah.
within yourself. Always,
Yep.
always start right here with the man in the mirror and figure out what am I
Exactly.
doing incorrectly? How do I change it immediately and be intentional on every day so that you're not looking to be the guy that's waving like, look at me, look at me. I got on a
Right.
million chains. Look at me. I got a big car with some big wheels. You're not, people say, no, I get it because I like that. Bro,
Hmm.
you get that
You
because
like the
that's what's
attention.
popping. Yeah, that's what's popping, man. Be honest. But that goes
Yeah.
back to the excuse game that we come up with. See, we come up with so
Right.
many excuses. We're so good at being toxic, or we're so good at making excuses. We're so good at the low vibrating thing that we do that we don't even look at it as that. Man, that ain't low
Right.
vibrational. Yeah, bro, it is. Man, that's
Yeah.
just me expressing myself. And you tripping.
Hmm.
Nah, man. I'm doing homework on me. I'm looking within. So I don't have them issues with
Hmm.
people that I care
Exactly.
about. I'm looking within so I can communicate to the person that I'm looking at. Hey, now that's what this is. Hey, man, this is how I see it.
That's
That's
it.
For business partners, you got to let them know. Hey, man, I don't like that. Like my business partner came to me one day. Hey, man, you leaving a chip on this tile. Get you another blade. I got another blade. We got it better. Boom, right back to that fresh, nice cut.
Yeah.
You know. So it's a lot of things we have to start breaking down and digesting so we don't look for the validation on the outside because we already know we're validated with self
Right.
validation,
Right.
and we ain't got to
And
worry
here,
about that.
I
yeah.
found a couple of ways of how can the modern man build his internal validation. And the
Yeah,
first thing is to define your own success. Don't follow society's idea of success. You
right.
decide what successful to you, and then create your own way of doing things. Do it your
No, for
way.
real.
Develop self-awareness. Understand what truly makes you happy, confident, and regardless of outside opinions.
Mm-hmm.
And then master
Mm-hmm.
emotional resilience. So you have to learn how to handle rejection, criticism, and failure without losing your self-worth. You have to surround
Without losing
yourself
your
with the
self
right
control,
people.
or you being
Yeah,
out of control. When people
and
hear
that comes
bad things about themselves, they trying to react. They instead is like, you know what?
right
That's your
instead of
perception of
understand.
me. That's your perception of me. So I'm gonna take what I can. I'm gonna digest it, and then I'm gonna reflect on. Okay, do I do that? Do I do this? Do I?
Yeah,
Okay, is that true? Is that in a sense true? Oh, I can see
is
that
it
in me.
valid?
Oh, I
That's
can.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't take them bad words and be
But
like,
you
"Oh, you
learn
got me
from it.
fucked up," and you ready to fight. And it's like, nah, eat all of that up, sit in it. That way, hey man, the next time somebody say something, it won't be that.
Right. You learn and you come back stronger,
Yeah.
You hear
stronger
me?
and better. When
Man,
you
I'm telling
surround
you, when I was
yourself with the
younger,
right people. Hmm.
I had a chick told me you drink too much. So I quit drinking for about 2 months. And the
Hmm.
problem still occurred. And I said, well, I know it ain't the drinking. Because I ain't been
Right.
drinking.
So now what
Every
is
time
it?
you get drunk, you come in here and you do this. Okay, now I ain't drinking for about 2 or 3 months now. And I ain't, and we still got the same situation. Time to
Hmm.
look in the mirror.
Right. Exactly.
I ain't on that monkey shoulder.
Hey,
I
hey. Nah, when somebody told me I had a
ain't.
Mm.
drinking problem, I'm like, no, I don't have a problem drinking.
I
Not at
drink just
all.
fine. Yeah, I drink just fine. Ain't nothing
Wow.
wrong with my
Just
drinking.
fine.
Yeah, that's too funny, man. Yeah, but that's what I've been seeing lately, man. A lot of cats, man, they really don't know what words really mean, and it's like and just like with me as well, I have to reflect a lot of times on the things that I say and listen to, and before it come out of my mouth, I always relook at the lives that I do.
Hmm.
But I be looking at these lives as well, and I be trying to listen to myself, make sure I'm saying the right things, and am I giving incorrect information, all of that.
No,
So
Right.
one of the reasons I I limit what I say is because, I honestly I don't apologize. I said that
right,
before. It's like, so if I say
yeah,
something, I mean it. So if I'm going at you or if we're going back and forth, I'm gonna cool down because when I say what I say, I mean it. Like from the
Hmm.
depths of my heart. So it's like,
exactly.
okay, I'm not gonna cuss nobody out. I mean, I'll put it like this. I never broke up a happy home, but I done shook up some Section 8 apartments. So I'll leave it like that. So,
Shake 'em up. Shake 'em up. Shake 'em up.
Hey,
Shake 'em.
7-Eleven.
Wow.
man. I ain't broke up no happy home, but I done shook some apartments. Like Shaq.
Yeah.
Out of control, man. That's my guy. He keep him
Hey,
coming. Keep him coming.
so let me ask y'all a quick question.
Yes,
Now, do
sir.
you guys think that the modern man struggles more with validation than the men of the past?
Oh yeah. Because in the past we was it was about a movement. It wasn't about who sees me. It's about no, we're
Right.
gonna prove to you guys that you are not running shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nowadays, these guys don't know who's running anything.
No,
Right.
Man, I don't know what
Trying
to
to
do.
compete on social media. Right.
Yeah,
they think Trump.
yeah.
You know,
They think Trump is the president. So
even
hey, this what it is, man. You can't
Elon
trust.
y'all
Musk,
made that
Elon
mistake.
Musk little boy done told him who that was, huh?
Yeah,
Yep. Right to his face. And all he
Out
can
of
do is sit and
control.
smile.
mhm.
That's it.
Yo, but I was saying that it was saying something about the way the men of the past had to deal with things. It was like we had a stronger sense of community. The family structure
Yeah,
was stronger, and
yeah,
your achievements at work. You had your work ethic. All these things together made us stronger back then. And nowadays, it's like some of the guys that I'm training in boxing. I'm like, yo, what kind of work you doing? I'm still looking for some. One got a security license and he still can't get a job. I'm like, how is that possible? All they need
How
is a
is
body.
that possible? Yeah,
All
he
they
ain't looking
need
for no
is a
job.
body. And
That's
so it's
it.
like, well, I want to be a social media. I want to be a content creator. I'm like, but you need money to live. You can't even get where you want to do the things you want because you have to depend on your girl to use her car. So it's like, I don't get it. But
Hey
you
man,
still
I,
want the
I can relate.
validation.
I can relate to him because when I was in my younger days, now I really feel like if I wouldn't have moved out of Dallas, I don't know who I would have been, bro. For real, I probably
Right.
been homeless or something because my mindset was so caught up in the street life, and I gotta make this right because I messed up then, and I gotta, I gotta
Hmm.
show the hood that I needed that hood validation,
Right.
and didn't even realize it though. This was not me even being aware of that part. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But for
But I
you, it
was
worked in
still,
a positive way.
man. I'm telling you, I didn't really. I don't even think I would have been this far ahead if I would have still been at the crib.
Nah,
Right.
not at all. Because I mean, it's possible to still be known in the streets, but not in the streets. But it's like
Right,
Right.
you have that mentality that you used to have. Because I know, I mean, I'm a prime example. I tell people all the time, from a corner boy to a corner office, because
yeah,
it's real. Like back then, I wasn't able to. If we was having this conversation back when I was 19 and 20 years old, this shit would have been going
right,
completely over my head.
Right.
exactly,
Because I would
Shit,
have
me
been
exactly.
too.
like, I was gonna pound my name into these people. But now it's
Right.
Right,
like,
right.
okay, you don't know me. I mean, back in the day, like
Needed that
our
validation.
yeah, it's like our parents and our grandparents, they valued more validation back then. And yeah, it was different because it meant more then. Because right now we're doing everything for
Right.
media and trying to impress this person, trying to
Mhm.
impress that person. Back then, I mean, they
Hmm.
had a whole family at home and another family across the street. And
Yeah.
they was taking care of both.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. But
yeah.
that's the difference, man. When we get a certain age, and I feel like as we get more aware of who we are, and then we can spread that information to the younger guys and let them know, hey, man, you don't really need that type of validation. I like these videos that's coming out lately because we got these young guys who went in prison at. I seen this one guy. He went in prison at 16. He's 37 now, and he did
Hmm.
that time. But he's having a group conversation with these guys in the basement, these young cats in the basement, and he giving it to them. You know what I'm saying? He letting them know, say, man, I went in at y'all age because I was out there for real, taking care of work. I was doing my thing. I would when I say I'm
Hmm.
coming at you, I'm coming at you. And these young boys thinking that he was like letting them know. He said, bro, y'all don't have ops like me. If y'all had an op like me, it would be on. Y'all wouldn't. If one of us would be gone right now. And
Yeah.
he was giving it
Right.
to him for real because back then 16, 20 years ago, it was a totally different ball game, man.
It
Yeah.
was a
People wasn't
different
playing
world.
with nobody. Yeah,
Right.
nobody wasn't playing for real.
Yeah.
It was
Like
like put up or shut up. You
yeah,
threaten
like,
somebody, you better be prepared to back up everything you
I'm talking
said.
about right then on the spot.
yeah. I mean
Yep.
And then you
Ain't
can't
no
just
waiting.
take one of them. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't just if you shooting, you can't shoot one person. You got to shoot about three or four people.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you
It
done
wasn't
That's
no
it.
everybody around you,
man. I'm
they
finna
all
fight
gotta
one
go.
guy. Yeah, if you in the wrong neighborhood, you ain't finna fight one person. You gonna be
Mm-mm.
fighting
No.
three or four dudes. Man, let me get him
At
next.
a
It's like,
minimum.
bro, God,
As a minimum. Yep.
I gotta keep on going. Yeah, that's what that is, man. But yeah, man, young kids, man, young cats, man, little quick message for y'all, man. Don't look for outside validation, man. Don't look for nothing from nobody, because you can only be the one who gonna save you. Can't nobody else save
Yes.
you but you. Your mama can't save you, daddy can't save you, none of that. So we have to realize that this day and age, young cats, quit looking for people to be cool with you. Quit looking for even the young ladies. Y'all need to tone it down. Sexy red is not
Hmm.
morally correct.
She
Big
ain't a role
Lotto,
model.
Little Lotto is not morally correct. They just feeding y'all a scenario. Megan had to show y'all that, hey man, I ain't morally correct. They make these songs. It's entertainment. Don't get entertained. Don't
Hmm.
get sucked up by the entertainment. And that's what we got to teach our young people today, man. Don't get sucked up. It's only music. It's not no part of your life, and not even theirs, because they're making millions of dollars, and they're not in the hood shaking their ass.
Yeah.
Right.
For
Come
real.
on now,
For
yeah, make it
real.
make sense.
Mm.
But man, yeah, man, it's been another one, man. We about to wrap this up. We appreciate
Wow.
those for tuning in, Mr. Mike. Yeah, it go fast, Mike. It go
It do when the
fast.
conversation's good, ain't it?
Time ain't waiting on
Yeah.
nobody.
Not at all.
What you got
Hey,
for us,
so
Mike?
well, I'm gonna go out with this. A truly confident man recognizes his own value first. Any other validation from the outside world, well, that's just a bonus. You got to
Right.
know yourself until your own self be true. That's it.
And true story. True story. Mr. Proof.
I just want to say it was another great show as usual, but I want to go out with saying mentally strong people overcome setbacks with confidence because adversity only makes them better.
Yes,
Come on now.
absolutely,
And that's the truth. You
absolutely.
have to go
Yes,
through something to grow.
Yeah.
Make it
yeah.
make sense. Yeah. Yeah. And so all I'm gonna
Fail
say is
until you get success.
when you got these excuses, you ain't doing nothing but giving your mind a disease.
Yeah,
So you cut the excuses so you can let your mind breathe.
Yeah.
But we're gonna see y'all again next week, man. And trust and believe we're gonna be up on this thing at 8:30 Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
that's it. With another good
All
topic.
right. Yes, sir.
All right, fellas.